Hello, welcome to our Hobbit review.
Hiya.
The much anticipated film, The Hobbit. Of course, from the world of Lord of the Rings, from the director Peter Jackson. So, let's get straight in. Bilbo Baggins is a hobbit. A small creature of about 4 foot, if you weren't aware of that already. One day, he is visited by Gandalf the Grey, a wizard who promises to give Bilbo an adventure. That night, Bilbo is visited once again, but this time by 13 dwarves. It's 13, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
When Gandalf arrives, all is explained. Years ago, the dwarves' mighty kingdom was taken away from them, when the great dragon Smaug pillaged the land and took the treasure inside the mountain for his own. The dwarves were left without a home. Now the dwarves, being led by the king Thorin, plan a quest to take back the mountain and kill Smaug. And they want Bilbo to come with them. Okay, so let's get on with the review. The Hobbit is a great film, alright? Let's start off with that. It's a visual masterpiece from Peter Jackson, who once again pushes the boundaries of film. It looks great. The 24 frames per second make the images even clearer and just add to the overall experience.
It really does.
The scenes where they're going through the goblin sort of horde in the mountain is amazing to watch, and there are lots of scenes like the big orc battle at what's it called? The Mines of Moria. That's just amazing. Now, I said that it was a visual masterpiece, and I think that it is. But story, simple, shall we say. Before we go any further, I must say that to compare this film to The Lord of the Rings is unfair. It's completely different, even though they use samples of Howard Shore's score, and your enjoyment is only increased, genuinely increased when you have seen the films. That is constantly referring to all of the performances are great, even if some of the dwarves do blend into the background sometimes. Armitage, who plays Thorin, is strong and determined, and by the end he feels sympathy and emotion, thanks to Bilbo. Freeman is soft and lovable until the end, when he becomes strong and confident. McKellen, once again, is strong and holds the piece together nicely. He really is a rock in both the Lord of the Rings films and The Hobbit. The story is okay. I didn't care for it. I really find the dwarves, and they established this in Lord of the Rings, are unsympathetic characters, and that's why they really needed to do a good job of convincing me they were nice. And I think they are nice, and Thorin, who I hated at the beginning, is good. The opening is too long at Bilbo's house. It's about half an hour, and it's a long film. It's in 2 hours and 45 minutes, and there were 2 children weren't there in front of us when we went to see it, Pip.
Well, yeah.
Who were about 7 or younger. Any year 8s or 9s that are going to see it on Tuesday, I would advise you to watch Lord of the Rings before. Firstly, I advise you not to talk or I'll come and punch you in the face. And I advise you to enjoy the visuals. And Gollum. Gollum is by far the greatest thing in this film. He is sinister, but lovable. And I hated it when people were laughing at Gollum, because he really is a tragic character.
It was really harsh, to be honest.
It was. And Pip thinks, we had a discussion, Pip thinks that he is possessed by the ring.
He is possessed, isn't he?
I think he's schizophrenic.
Because he was talking to himself as though he was the ring.
Yeah, but that's schizophrenic. But yeah, Gollum's amazing. They've really pushed motion capture again. He really sort of fits into the environment even better than in Two Towers and Return of the King. The Hobbit, go and see it. It's a really good film. Good sort of feel good. It's not as dark as Return of the Lord of the Rings, but the book was never that dark. They do a great job. Go and see it. Pip, do you want to say anything? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty strong endorsement, actually, from Pip, who usually just says it's alright.
Oh.
Okay, so thank you for watching that quick review of The Hobbit. I think you should go and see it. And I also think you should subscribe to MediaStuds and comment below. Pip?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.